Well, no, I just want to echo what you're saying. I just want to say that, when you're talking to the Indian fan, everyone appreciates a level of customization talking to who you are. You're not just another fan somewhere in the world. And if you know, and it's very clear from the content, that there is a lot of effort from the NBA side, from our side, to actually provide customized content for the Indian fan that is contextual, right? And covering everything that Rannvijay talked about, and even, focusing on whether it's a Sim or a Satnam right now. And I think it's just a matter of time before we have others going into the NBA.
It's true. Awesome. Let's move on to another question. Yes.
My question is jointly for Mr. Kalaso and Rupak. Since you all have been speaking a lot about the localized content, Mumbai specific itself, there are tournaments of the repute of a Savio Cup. And Savio Cup, there's some great players and great teams emerging year after year. So are you guys planning to partner with something of that sort and try and see how you all can bring about the local players in the limelight? And the second part of the question is for Neha. Since you're into a mix of sports and Bollywood both, I'd like to ask you as to whether you feel that a sports person being appointed as a Rio ambassador is fair or a Bollywood person. What would be more impactful? Because that's hurt a lot of sentiments.
I think we should first go on with the question that you had asked, more pertinent to this event. So we'll go with that first.
Yeah, everything we've been doing since we've been here is really about helping the game of basketball grow. So whether we do Junior NBA, whether it's NBA Jam, or whether it's our partnerships on various media platforms. So, events like the Savio Cup, the Ramu Memorial, with such heritage in this country. And that's really what we look at in our section, Local Heroes. We're looking to highlight these young players, whether they are already, made a name for themselves. If you look at Amjot Singh, Vishesh Raghuvanshi, kids who are coming up through the system, also much younger kids who are, 18, 19-year-olds. This is the platform that we're giving them, not just for their performances in tournaments, but just give them an opportunity so that they can be positioned on a site which is going to be viewed not just in small pockets, but by millions of fans across India.
Lovely. Let's go on to another question. All right. Hi, what's up?
The second part of the question is not answered.
The second part of the question is more holistic for sports, not for specific.
If you want to answer it, answer it.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Sure. Go ahead.
I think, fortunately or unfortunately, we come from a country that's very, very rich when it comes to its culture. Now, when you talk about Indian culture abroad, everybody in the world just says, oh, Bollywood, Bollywood. The largest, if you had to look at the largest face of Indian culture that can speak volumes, think about it. Can you give me a name that you can come up with? Quickly.
Bigger than?
No, just what is your answer to, okay, culturally, if you had to think of one face, we don't have an answer to that. The thing is, if you actually think of it, you think of Amitabh Bachchan, you think of Shah Rukh Khan, everybody worldwide talks about it. Having said that, I'm somebody who represents Indian cinema as well, sitting over here on stage. But, my unfulfilled dream as a person has always been, every time I was, the entire time when I was growing up, my dad, he would always be like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was just like, I don't know, but I want to walk in that Olympic squad, play some sport and walk in it. It has a little bit of an agenda, the question. It's slightly, it could take a wrong turn, my answer, but I'd like to speak my mind because I always have, and I really think that it should be an athlete because they work very hard, they train very hard, and if this time, if they don't get their recognition, I think it's not fair.
Awesome. Great, let's go on to the lady. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, my question is for Mark. What plan does NBA has for India to make basketball the second most popular sport here?
Yeah, we have significant plans. One, it starts with, and Rannvijay mentioned this, it starts with getting kids to play the game of basketball because we know that by the time you're a certain age, it's harder to become a fan. And so we have to start teaching kids how to play the game now. And through our partnership with Reliant Foundation Junior NBA, we're reaching 2 million kids. We've had 1,000 different grassroots events over the last several years, getting trainers and coaches, teaching them how to coach the game of basketball building new courts, getting basketballs out into kids' hands so that they can understand this beautiful game. Because the game is such a wonderful game. It teaches values that are well beyond sport. It teaches you how to be a good teammate. It teaches you if you work hard enough at your craft like Satnam and Sim did, that you can perhaps one day reach that dream of playing professional basketball. And those are all lessons that the game of basketball can teach. And that's one of the things that we're very focused on in terms of growing the sport here in India.
Oh, great. Do we have? Let's go for one last question, if anyone's got that. If not, we would be wrapping up. Any more questions?
Can I ask you? Well, what's the ACG program all about? I obviously know. I just want a few people.
Yeah, I mean, it's the ACG NBA Jump. It's really a pyramid, right? I mean, when you're looking at development of talent, you start with kids when they're young, junior NBA. Then you've got activities when they grow older, like NBA Jam. And ACG NBA Jump is really that it's the funnel where you take kids in all these programs. They have an opportunity to become a professional basketball player through a nationwide talent hunt. And where the top 32 players go into a national camp, and the top player actually gets trained and then sent for a D-League tryout in August in this year in New York.
That's awesome.
It's
That's
part
amazing.
of the funnel
That's
of the
great.
entire
How's
program.
it going so far? You're seeing some good talent?
Yeah, it's fantastic. We just completed the first year, and we've had not just one, but we've had 8, 9, 10 kids who could have actually made it, but obviously we had to select one, and we've done that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know,
All right.
before we sign off, I just want to say one last thing, that I keep saying that I'm a brand new convert, and I don't have too many women that I talk to about basketball, and I wish that changes, and I'm hoping that through this we can change that. It's a great game. If nothing else, watch it for the players because they're so hot. And also, I mean, I've never woken up at 6 in the morning to actually watch a game, although there are repeats, but that joy of watching it live on Sony 6 as well,
amazing.
it's amazing. So, and I was just sitting with Ran, and I was just like, hey, let's just go play a game of basketball soon after this. And that's the craze of this sport, and I just love it. And it's what you guys are doing is absolutely fantastic.
Awesome.
Can I just say something? In my past several months association with the NBA as the 120 Media Collective, one thing that's become really clear is when they say they're committed to India, it isn't something for a press release or for a statement in a forum like this. It's real. And they're going at it really holistically, and it's amazing. And I'm very confident that in a few years from now, their objectives will be achieved, in fact, surpassed.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, what the front row has been waiting.